Good evening, it's Kuro. Got a ranked game in my legendary Yu Yang. Going over the matchmaking, the enemy team has a Thunderer, Kurfürst, Kremlin, Des Moines, Petro, Haragumo, and a Holland. The map's Islands of Ice, 3-cap domination. And we're going to kick this one off well, hey, I'm playing a Yu Yang. I'm, at the time, knocking the snowflake off the ship. And just drug it out. Oh, I've got the legendary module. Hey, smoke build, let's go. So, Yu Yang, it's kind of in an odd place right now. It got nerfed in the dirt, and wargaming over time partially rectified some of those wrongs, and reduce some of the nerfs. Primarily, the gun reload on Yu Yang is the issue. So, one of the things that I'm using to compensate with that is the smoke build with the legendary module, which will significantly increase your gun DPM, but the cost of that is your concealment. It's 6.5 kilometer concealment. You're basically swapping out the concealment module out of the ship where you typically would slot it for a destroyer. It's not the end of the world, and I'm going to explain some tricks that I use when I run into these types of situations, because I'm going to be squared up against the enemy Holland, and that would be a ship that typically would dumpster a Yu Yang. Torpedoes wise, Wargaming pulled off some of the torpedo reload nerfs. Again, I don't like the deep water torpedoes in the game. I feel like they put players in a position that if they don't have hydro on their ship, you don't have a chance against somebody that knows what they're doing torping with deep water torpedoes. So again, it's just not a game design feature that I really liked. I think that it was perfectly reasonable. They could have balanced the torpedoes just with like conventional torpedoes, but you know, whatever. So what I'm doing up here, I've got a lot of support with me. I've got the Napoli, I've got a Smolensk. The Smolensk in particular is appreciated. That's a lot of DPM. That's typically will be pretty close to the destroyer fight, and they're typically pretty reliable at knocking the hell out of destroyers. So I'm not beating around the bush. I'm pushing aggressively, and I know that I'm probably going to be outspotted by by the Holland. Just taking some guesses where we're gonna end up with a cruiser. Do spot the Des Moines. He counter radars me. I did push in here a little aggressively inside his radar range, but he's gonna get a few shots at me. He's already kiting back, and I'm just making myself hard to hit and getting a good bit of spotting damage here when this Des Moines completes his turnout. And yeah, that Des Moines is not happy. So at this point, I know that we've pretty much crippled this Des Moines and his ability to support the Holland. We've got a Kurfürst pushing up here. So while I throw some shots out at this Des Moines, which that's revealing information that Holland is not sitting anywhere around here, or, well, he can't really pick me up on this side. Okay, now we see the torpedoes, so we know that the Holland is playing this line right here. He is gonna cripple our Napoli in exchange with those torpedoes, but my team's able to secure the Des Moines. Now, I was kind of expecting this guy just to slam on the brakes. I'm not trying to get into his smoke. I really would actually want to be out of his smoke so I can spot the Holland and call target on this guy. And because the Holland's detected, I'm just going to push this guy because this is what I want. I want to get this torpedo shot off on the Kerr first, and then I want to push into concealment range on the Holland and try to get some shots off here. This Holland is going to disappear. His gun blooms up, but I'm just going to use this opportunity to try to get that damage out. Now, I did take a good hit from the Kerr first. He happened to be looking my way with his guns. So what I'm going to do here is just shift my guns back to the Kerr first, looking to get any sort of fire damage, whatever damage I can get off this guy. And at the same time, if you look, I'm angling at the Holland just in case he throws torps at my smoke. You know, that's going to be one of the things that I'm looking at. We pick up 2 torpedo hits on the Kerr first. And I'm just shooting at this guy. I want to make sure that this Kerr first, that he just goes north, because at that point I've got a one on potentially 4 with my team here. So, and you can see, okay, there's the Holland. I'm gonna start pushing him, and this is gonna come up to this next engagement. I end up with a lot less support than what I originally had hoped for. I'm gonna throw some torpedoes here just in case this Kerr first YOLOs right around the island, because it is ranked. So the trick that I'm gonna do is with this next smoke, if you noticed, Yu Yang can really lay a long path of smoke, usually 30 seconds, just like a US destroyer. And what I'm going to do with this smoke is I'm going to kind of treat it like a hide of smoke. You've seen me do it with US destroyers before in the past. And what I'm looking to do is I want to kind of trick this Holland into thinking that, okay, this engagement's over, and I want to bait him into turning away, because the moment he turns away, he's lost 50% of his DPM, and that makes it much easier for me to catch. Here I am slightly off with the location where I think that the Holland is. But a little bit of evasive driving, I'm still able to hit him before he's able to hit me. And now we're trading here. I see that I'm not really trading well, so gonna pop my smoke. Gonna try to take some shots in the smoke. Okay, not really hitting, gonna pop out. You can see, oh, the Holland just turned. He's got half DPM right now. Now I'm just gonna let it disappear. His guns are turning again. And my team, who had taken that shot when I had him spotted momentarily, they were able to finish him off. If not, I might have been able to bag him when I popped out of smoke again. But those are the types of little dirty tricks that you can do as a destroyer player that you can surprise the hell out of people. So that's a tool to keep in your bag for those rainy days where you're not winning a stand-up fight because you're in a destroyer that is just kind of overmatched with the gun power of another destroyer, or you're just in a low health situation or whatever. So with the Holland cleared out, we're able to pick up C-cap. And I'm going to push in here, and now I'm just going to be switching more into like farm mode for a Smoky Yu Yang. And now the enemy does have a Haragumo out there. Our concealment is, for all intents and purposes, almost identical. So I'm kind of hanging out here with the Summers, where the Summers should have a concealment build where he's going to be able to nice set of torps on this Thunderer. I'm just going ahead, cycling through to another target. Those torpedoes would go under the Summers even if he did cross them. But just hanging out here with the Summers, using his concealment just in case that Haraguma has a bunch of HP and we're able to bump into him. Just smoking up here, just trying to get some fire damage on this this Kremlin, especially because you see him slowing up here. Unfortunately, he's slowing in behind a ledge that I think is going to block the torpedo that would cover that position. At this point, the Summers, he's not really spotting, so I'm just firing at a point on the map. Here we go. If the Kremlin wants to shoot, he can give me 20 seconds to shoot back at him. Now, I will say Yu Yang has, without a doubt, the best smokes in the game. They're flexible. You can use these for supporting teammates. You can use them to farm. There's a lot you can do with a Yu Yang smoke, and the benefit is, I believe you have 5 of them, so you're not limited to. You're not limited to the 3 smokes that a U.S. destroyer has as well. So you can select more points on the map to smoke up, and the cooldown between your smoke is very short. My smoke's going to burn off in 10 seconds. In 21 seconds, I've got smoke again. And I suspect this is the reason why Wargaming nerfed the gun DPM on Yu Yang, because a gearing that basically can smoke up every 20 seconds would be, that can be a little wild. So here we can see the enemy Haragumas down here at B cap. I'm just gonna go start pushing out here to go hunt him. The game's pretty much over. Even if I die, my Summers is gonna cap A. We're at almost 900 points, and yeah, the Kremlin's down. So let's go bag us a DD. So legendary Yu Yang. It's awkward, specifically playing around the concealment, but it's a ship that if you play it smart, I mean, you can still dish out the damage, and I mean, you get the special Pan Asian captains that have the enhanced demolition expert for instead of 1% fire chance, you get 2% for a 2-point skill. That's fairly reasonable. But we do spot the Haragumo. He's far worse off than we thought. He's an easy kill. We pick him up and in the game. Nice little scenic view. And that is that. As always, the link to the build that I use will be in the video description, as will an invite to the community Discord, and if you want to support the channel, a link to my Patreon account. Hope you guys are having a good night, and I will talk to you later.